Welcome to TelWare's Avaya End User Phone Training Session. This video will cover the basic button layout and standard configuration of the Avaya 9508 digital and 9608 IP series telephones. These phones include a message waiting indicator lamp, support 24 programmable button positions, 4 soft keys, a message voicemail button, navigation key, a phone exit button, contacts, menu, and history buttons, multi-function volume control, mute key, speaker, and headset buttons. Now let's discuss each of these buttons in a little more detail. For ease of flow, we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. The headset button allows you to answer and disconnect a call using a compatible model headset by simply pressing the button, once to answer, once to disconnect. Notice the headset button illuminates red when the headset mode is active. When using a wireless headset, an electronic hook switch cord can be used to allow answering a call remotely using the appropriate button on the headset itself. See your installer for additional information. The speaker button simply gives you dial tone and allows you to answer and disconnect calls hands-free. The speaker button illuminates red when the speakerphone is active. When the mute button is used, you can mute your side of the conversation to the caller. You can still hear them, they just can't hear you. To activate the mute feature, press the mute button. Again, the button illuminates to let you know mute is active. When you're ready to talk back to the caller, simply press the button again and resume normal conversation. The multifunction volume control controls whatever the phone is doing at the time the key is used. For example, if the phone is sitting idle or if the phone is ringing, the volume control button controls the ringer volume. Notice the display indicator of a bell to indicate the ringer volume is being adjusted. When using the speaker button, the volume control will control the speaker volume. Display indicator shows a horn. And when on a handset or while in headset mode, the volume control will control the volume of the call. That's what you hear in the handset or headset. Briefly, we're going to skip over the small middle section and jump into the larger center section. As you begin to use the phone, you'll notice the functions of the soft keys. The soft keys are the 4 keys located directly beneath the display. Their functions change depending on what the phone's doing at the time. For example, when you're in certain menus, you may see soft key options like call, select, or exit. If you want to utilize a particular soft key function, you'd press the button underneath the word to activate that feature. If you wanted to exit out of a menu, for example, and there was an exit soft key, you would simply press the button underneath the word exit. There are times, however, when you are in certain menus, such as contacts or voicemail, that you may not always see an exit button. In this case, you could use the phone icon button. You can think of this button as a shortcut way to the main page of your display. No matter what menu you're in or how far into that menu you are, you can always press the phone button to quickly exit out and return to the main page of your display. It's not a disconnect button, so if you are on a call and accidentally hit the phone button, you will not disconnect your call. In the very center, you'll find the navigation key. The navigation key allows you to navigate up, down, left, and right through menu options. Also, when you see a call or select soft key option in the display, you can also use the OK button in the center of the navigation key to perform the same function. On the other side of the navigation key, you'll find the permanent message button. This button has 2 functions. First, when we talk about voicemail, this is the button we will use to access your voicemail options quickly from your phone. When we talk about transfers, this is the button you'll use to transfer a call directly into someone else's voicemail box without ringing their phone. So when you're on a live call, this button becomes your voicemail transfer key. We'll come back to go over these functions later in the session. Moving back down to the 3 buttons found in the smaller center section of the phone, first, we'll look at the Contacts button. When you press the Contacts button, you'll notice the first directory that comes up is the All directory. This All directory is a combination of all contacts, including system-wide, internal users, and personal contacts. You can store up to 100 personal contacts, and that is individual per phone. So everyone's All directory will look a little different, as personal contacts are only accessible by the extension where the contact was stored. To locate and call a contact, once you've pressed the Contacts button, you can begin to spell out the contact name using the keypad. No need to repeatedly press the number key for the corresponding letter. Or you can use the navigation key to scroll up and down and highlight the contact you want to call. Once your contact is located, then you can press the Call soft key or press the OK button. In addition to the All directory, you can also view specific contact groups. Using the navigation key, you can scroll left or right to view Personal Contacts, which shows contacts stored that are personal to your particular phone. External Contacts shows outside contacts that every phone has access to. Users, which show extensions of internal users within the phone system. And Groups, which shows customized internal ring groups. When in Contacts, you'll also notice your soft key options. Call allows you to initiate a call to the highlighted contact. Details shows detailed information that is currently stored for that contact. And New allows you to enter a new personal contact. Remember, any contact stored at the phone level is a personal contact of the phone where it is entered in and is not accessible to any other phone on the phone system. You can review the quick reference guide for more detailed information on how to store and edit personal contacts. Please note, system-wide contacts and internal extensions are only added and updated through the phone system programming. See your system administrator for any changes or updates to these contact groups. Since we do not see an exit button while in Contacts, this is a perfect time to use the Phone button to exit ourselves out of the Contacts menu. Next, we'll quickly take a look at the Avaya menu button, indicated by the large A icon. You can use the Avaya menu options to adjust and customize phone settings and view network settings. The Options and Settings option has several submenus, most of which are information that is predefined in the phone system and should not be changed by the end user. However, this is also where you will find Screen and Sound options. Screen and sound options include changing the brightness and contrast of your display, setting personal ringtone options, and turning off button clicks. The other options found on the main Avaya menu page, Network Information, VPN Settings, and About Avaya IP Desk Phone, are simply information about your phone and how it functions on the phone system. These are information tabs only. The phone logs incoming and outgoing calls, and keeps a log of the 10 most recent calls in each of the groups we're going to discuss. When pressing the History button, you can use the navigation key to scroll through each history group and to scroll through the calls logged in each group. The All group shows a combination of the 10 most recent incoming and outgoing calls. The Missed group shows the 10 most recent calls received at your phone that were not answered. A missed call will trigger the History button to illuminate red. When pressing the History button when it is red, it will immediately bring you to the missed call log. Once you've scrolled through the most recent missed calls, the system will automatically turn the light out. Incoming shows the 10 most recent incoming calls answered at your phone. Outgoing shows the 10 most recent outgoing calls made from your phone. When in History, you'll also notice your soft key options. Call allows you to initiate a call to the highlighted caller. Details shows detailed information about the call, including the date, time, and duration. Delete allows you to delete one particular call from the call log. And More shows two additional options. Delete All, which clears the entire call log, and Plus Contact, which allows you to use the caller ID information shown from the call log to save a personal contact. Additional information about these features can be found in the quick reference guide. Now we'll move to the main screen or home page of your display. Here you'll find our standard programming of 3 intercom keys, D&D or Do Not Disturb, and pre-programmed park keys. These primary buttons on your phone may differ slightly and could include a page button, forward button, or twin button, depending on your system programming and individual requirements. Your system administrator or installer can provide more information if necessary for your applicable buttons. The intercom keys, here labeled A, B, and C, are your phone's way of handling calls. They have nothing to do with the number of lines coming into the phone system and are independent of every other phone on the system. They are simply your phone's way of handling calls. By default, when your phone is idle, the Intercom A button will always be lit red. That just indicates that your phone is working and functioning properly. When you go off hook, you'll also notice that it turns green. When you are on a call and a second call is presented to your phone, you will hear a quick ring burst and the next available intercom key on your phone will flash, indicating that incoming call. To answer the incoming call, you could simply ask your first caller to hold and press the flashing key of the next incoming call. The system will automatically put your first caller in a hold pattern and allow you to answer the next call. To return to your first call, simply ask your second caller to hold and press the flashing button of the held line. Again, the system will automatically put your second caller in a hold pattern and allow you to pick your first caller up again. With 3 intercom keys, you can manage up to 3 calls at one time on your phone. The D&D, or Do Not Disturb, is a toggle on, toggle off. When your phone is in D&D, your phone will not ring. Any calls directly to your extension would go directly into your voicemail box. Group calls that ring to multiple phones, like mainline incoming calls, will bypass your phone but will continue to ring at the other phones within the group. If you are the only phone in a group, such as a main operator, the call will flow to the next programmed step. This is dependent upon how the system is specifically programmed for your business. We'll come back to discuss the part keys in a few moments. First, let's use the navigation key to scroll to the right. Here you'll notice additional items listed in the display. If I scroll again to the right, you notice the display has changed again. And if I scroll once more to the right, I'm back to the home page of the display. This is to show that even though there are only 8 physical buttons by the display of the phone actually is a 24-button phone. On the second and third page of the display, we can program other features and functions as required and utilize those buttons for those purposes when we're on that particular page of the display. For example, when I scroll to the second page of my display, you'll notice I have names of employees within my office. I can use these buttons now to show the status of these users. A flashing button indicates the phone is in use. Solid button indicates the phone is in Do Not Disturb. No lighting indicates the phone is available for me to call. I can also directly call that person simply by pressing the button next to the name. Now let's talk about live calls. To make a call, simply lift the handset, press the speaker phone key, or activate the headset button. Then, for internal calls, dial the number you want to call or press the pre-programmed extension button. For outside calls, dial your line access code to obtain an outside line. Then dial the number you want to call. You can also use your contacts button to initiate a call. When receiving a call to your phone, you'll notice soft key options available for that incoming call. Those options include Answer. Pressing this option will answer the call automatically on the speakerphone, just as if you had hit the speaker button. Of course, you can always press the speaker button, press the headset button if you're using a headset, or simply pick up the handset. To voicemail sends the call directly to your voicemail box. Ignore quietens the ringing of the incoming call, but the call continues to flash on your intercom key. Drop on an incoming call acts the same as the to voicemail button. Whether you've called out or you've received a call, once you have a live call on your phone, you'll now notice your live call soft key options. Hold puts the call on hold on your phone only. Conference allows you to create a conference call quickly from your phone. Transfer is used to transfer the caller to another phone. And drop acts as a disconnect for the connected call. On this system, when you use the hold button, that call is on hold on your phone only. No other phones have access to the call. If you need to put the call so that someone else can pick it up, you can utilize one of the pre-programmed part keys. It doesn't matter which one you use as long as it's not already lit. For example, when I press the hold button, you see the call flashes on my intercom key. Earlier I mentioned these intercom keys are independent of every other phone on the system. So from any other phone, This held call would not be visible or accessible. If I needed to put the call so that someone else could pick it up, instead of using the hold soft key, I can press any of the unlit park keys. Now, with the call parked, I could go to any other phone in the office and see that park key flashing. To access a parked call, simply press the flashing park key. To create a conference call, while on an active call, press the conference soft key. The call is automatically put in a hold pattern, and the system moves you down to your next available intercom key. Call the person you want to add to the conference by dialing the extension, the outside number, or using your contacts. When that party answers, if they want to join the conference, press the conference button again. If they do not want to join the conference or they do not answer, you can press drop to disconnect that line. Then press the fast flashing green button to resume with your first caller. To add additional parties to the conference, press the conference button to put your conference call in a hold pattern. Notice the system moves you down to your next available intercom key. Call the person you want to add to the conference. When they answer, if they want to join the conference, press the conference button again. If they do not want to join the conference, press the drop button. Then press the fast flashing green button to rejoin the conference. Please note, the number of outside parties allowed on a conference call depends upon the number of outside lines available on your system at the time the conference is established. Additional information regarding conference calls can be found in the Quick Reference Guide. Use the Transfer Soft key to transfer a call to another phone. When connected to the call you want to transfer, press the Transfer Soft key. You'll notice the system automatically puts your call in a hold pattern and moves you to your next available intercom key. Now dial the extension or telephone number or utilize your contacts list. If you do not need to announce the call, simply hang up. To announce the call to the transferred party, remain on the line. Once your party answers, press Complete to complete the transfer or Cancel to cancel the transfer and resume with the calling party. To transfer a call directly into someone's voicemail box without ringing their phone, while connected to the call you want to transfer, press the permanent message key. Dial the extension number of the person you are trying to transfer to. Press Select in the soft key display and hang up. You can also press Clear, Backspace, or Cancel if you've misdialed. Please note that when doing a voicemail transfer, your caller is not in a hold pattern, but is live with you until you press Select, so just be careful what you say. The Drop Soft key is used to disconnect the call even before you hang the handset up. Press Drop and your call is fully disconnected. When you have voicemail messages on your phone, your message indicator light will light up, as well as the permanent message button will illuminate red. To access your voicemail box quickly from your phone, press the message button. Here, voicemail options will appear in the display: Listen, Message, Greeting, Passcode, Email, Voicemail. When you press the Listen option, you'll find 3 sub-options: New, Old, and Saved. New are your new messages that have not been listened to. Old are any messages that you've listened to or started to listen to but did not specifically save. Saved are messages that you've specifically saved. Please refer to the Quick Reference Guide for details on how long messages are kept in both old and saved boxes. Once you've selected a message type, you'll notice your messages appear in the display, but do not automatically begin to play. If you have multiple messages, you can scroll up and down the list and select the message you would like to play first. Then press the Play soft key. You also have additional soft key options like Call, returns the call to the caller ID shown, and More, which takes you to additional soft key options such as Delete, Save, and Copy. The Copy feature allows you to copy a message you've received in your mailbox to another user or users within the phone system. When you press Copy on a highlighted message, you'll be given additional soft key options. record, and send to. You can record a greeting ahead of the message you are copying, but it's not necessary. When ready, press Send To. The system will prompt you to enter an extension. Once you've entered the extension of the party you are copying the message to, you will press Add to add that person to your list. Even if it's a list of one, you still have to press Add. If you need to copy this message to additional users, you can enter another extension and press Add. Continue until you have your list built. Once the list is complete, press Send to send the message out to those users. From that point, you can cancel out of the copy feature and save or delete the message from your box. Doing so will not affect the copies you've sent to others. Message. This option allows you to record a message and send to, like the copy feature, to a user or users within the system. Greeting allows you to quickly record or change your current active voicemail greeting that is heard by callers who end up in your voicemail box. Passcode allows you to quickly change your voicemail passcode. By default, unless otherwise specified, when accessing your mailbox from your phone using the permanent message key, you do not need to enter your password. But your mailbox does have a password. You need that password when you are either logging in using the voicemail access code or if you are calling in from outside the office to access your voicemail box. Please refer to your quick reference guide for more information about the passcode. Email. If configured, your mailbox has the ability to send your voicemail messages to you in an email form. You have several options on how this can work for you. By default, we set the email option up to the copy mode. This means when a message gets recorded on the phone system also sends a copy of that message to you in an email as a WAV file attachment. It's the actual audio file, not a text file. Note, the phone system and your email do not synchronize, so if you delete the message from one, you are still able to access the message from the other as long as you have not previously deleted it from there as well. As an end user, you can change how this functions for you by pressing the Change Soft key. You can choose from Forward, which forwards the recorded message to you in an email, but does not keep a copy on the phone. Alert simply sends you an email alerting you of a voicemail message, but does not attach the WAV file. Off turns the feature off for your mailbox. Any option you choose for your mailbox does not affect other users. The voicemail option turns the voicemail feature on and off on your phone. When the voicemail feature is turned off, calls to your phone will ring until either the call is answered, the caller hangs up, or the line times out, but the call will not go to voicemail. In addition to accessing your voicemail box from your phone, you can log in the long way by utilizing a programmed code *17. Doing so will allow you to log into your mailbox from a phone other than yours, and depending on the type of voicemail system provided with your system, may offer additional programmable options for your personal mailbox. You can refer to the quick reference guide for your specific voicemail features when logging in the long way. This concludes our tutorial of the Avaya 9500 and 9600 series phones. If you require additional assistance with your phone, please contact your system administrator or contact TelWare support at support@telware.com or by phone at 1-800-637-3148.